If you find yourself being hurt or disturbed or angry at things not being the way you want them to be or you think that they should be, then let that be a red flag for you. I have 2 red flags where when I finally notice them, then I pump the brakes. But before those red flags pop up, which are fear or anger, there is this, let's say, yellow flag that will usually always precede that. And that is, you just can't quit thinking about things not being the way you want them to be or think that they should be. And when you start doing that, you become vulnerable to deception and temptation, and you start orienting yourself to working towards making things the way you want them to be or the way you think they should be, and you start forming this opinion. There's this bad habit that I still have to work my way out of, away from, to stop before it goes any further. And that's that inclination to just be stuck in things not being what we want them to be, and being disturbed by that. That's what hell depends upon. If you can't get out of that, then you are oriented towards hell, and you may be even bound to hell and headed to hell, depending on how deep you go with that, how much you allow it to consume you. The tricky thing about it is, it may even play upon certain truths that you recognize in your mind, but it puts those truths in this intense light that affects how you frame them and how you correspond to these truths. And it seeks to just poke at you and disturb you and try and trigger that anger to reel you in, so that you are tempted to hell, perhaps with an awareness of righteousness. The devil can lead the Christian to hell more effectively with Christianity than even the worst of sins, because that will be the hidden sin of pride, of independence, the original sin, repeated, manifested, defeated by. So, when you're disturbed, you'll know you're disturbed, but when you realize in your head, all you can't stop thinking about is things aren't as they should be, this is wrong, just accept that maybe it is wrong. And now ask God to allow that to purify your heart, your soul, and draw you closer to God in your surrender to the love of God, and be filled with that love, so that if you're a martyr, you go to your martyrdom with joy, with love. If you find yourself in a fight, in a battle that you've been called to, you fight that enemy with love, as Saint Joan of Arc did. But if you can't get over your anger or your fear, then you likely will have not love and will be left with nothing. And by the time you get to the pearly gates, you'll say, Lord, 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 when did I not feed you? When did I not welcome you? When did I not clothe you? You did not seek me in that suffering. You sought self-satisfaction, self-gratification, self-determination. And I exist in obedience, in surrender, in the divine union of the Holy Trinity. I am a gift to others and even to my enemies. I gave myself to you. You were my enemy. I gave myself to you, and you refused to do the same to your enemy. And so now you will be judged by your own judgment. Break free from your own judgment, from your knowledge of good and evil. Don't ask God to take your will and incorporate it into His glory. Ask God to help you surrender your will. And not only pray, but live out the prayer of all prayers, the faith of all faith. Thy will be done. Live in Christ. Be united with Him on the holy cross, in the blessed sacrament, in His true, beautiful, and good Sacred Heart. Abide the fire.